All right. Let's see how we can use templates here. So in the init function, I'm going to use a variable called templates, and before we use that, we need to import HTML template and create a variable called. Actually, let's do this. Variable called templates, which is template dot template, right? And templates template dot. We need to parse the glob dot slash templates slash star HTML. So we're gonna find all the files which fit this glob and load that into the templates variable. And once we have this, well, let's actually do this, because this is necessary, without which we can't do anything. We'll include it in a must. So template must, which returns a template, right? So yeah, now that we have the templates variable, let's use that to render the home page. So templates dot execute template takes a writer, which we have, and we need to know the name, which we do, and it asks for an interface, which we don't have, but it's good because we don't have any data right now. So I'm just gonna say struct, an empty struct maybe. Right, so that's good. We could even pass a nil there. And this looks good. Let's reload the server, and there's an error here. It says pattern matches no files. So we probably have to change the glob pattern there. Restart it, and seems to work. So let's reload the home page, and it looks good, right? So we have learn software, which it is loading, and everything's good. Now we could, yeah, this is good. Now we even need the same thing for the new template. So for the new template, the only thing different here is the new .html name. So once we change that and restart the server, /new would give us the same HTML, since we didn't change anything. But let's make it better. So the placeholder for this should be title of the screencast, and this guy should have a placeholder for embed code for your screencast, and we probably even need a button, and the value should be create screencast. So all good. Let's restart the server, and looks good, right? Now that we've cleared the code a bit, we need to work on showing the list of screencasts on the home page. For that, we need to go to the index handler, and here, before we execute the template, we need the list of screencasts. So to get that, we need to say db dot query and we have SQL rows and an error, and we're gonna say select star from screencasts. That's it. dot, yeah. So I'm not a big fan of the database SQL package because you have to write a lot of boilerplate. So instead of this, I use the SQLX package, which helps us with this kind of stuff. So to use the SQLX package, what we need to do here is get the package, right? So get the package and include it, in the imports, and when you open a connection, open a SQLX connection like that. So in the connect to DB method, we need to change this to SQLX connect. And since SQLX connect gives us a SQLX DB, we need to change that variable too. And once we have that, we can use this DB select to get an array of rows, well, an array of objects or structs. So what I'm going to do here is create a struct called screencast, and this guy is going to have an ID, which is an int, and the title, which is a string, and code, which is also a string. With that, the index page is going to have an array of screencasts. And so screencasts is make an array of screencasts. And so yeah, and once we have that, we need to say db dot select, and what do we need? We need the title and the code from screencasts, and select takes an interface, a destination interface, and a query. So the destination interface is screencasts, and that's the query, right? And once we have that, we can pass that to the template. So screencasts, and inside the template we can loop over this stuff, and I don't remember syntax for looping, which I guess can be so each Alright, so how do we loop over stuff in a template? Right, so here we have it, right? Range pipeline T1 in, right? The value of the pipeline must be an array, slice, or whatever, right? So now that we have that, range of dot and end, and inside of this we're going to have access to the elements. So here I'm going to say it should be list. For now, let's just say it's a list of things, and we'll just display the title of the screencasts. So once we have that, let's rebuild it and re-render the home page, and there's nothing here. There's nothing here. So there's something wrong. And first thing we need to do here is look for the errors, right? So check the error, print the error, and execute template also returns an error, and print that error. Once we've added the debugging, let's restart the server, refresh this page, and it says must pass a pointer, not a value, to struct scan destination. So that's error, and so I guess we need to pass the address of the array, and let's refresh this, and voila, we are able to display the screencasts. So this is definitely progress. All right, and let's actually make a commit here. So commit, and you want to remove the binary. Say it's the initial commit, right? So that's good. Now we are even able to list the screencasts, but we need to be able to view the screencasts too. So let's see. We will create a page which is going to show the screencast, right? So let's say it's gonna be called the show handler, right? And it's gonna be show, right? Oh well, show screencast. Yeah, show screencast is better. Now in the show screencast handler, we are going to execute another template, and the name of the template is going to be show.html, and it's going to render the title and embed code. So for that, we need something similar. I'm going to copy that, but we just need one screencast. So screencast, and instead of select, we're going to use get, and where ID equals to whatever ID was passed here. So the ID is going to be passed through a form, through an input query, through a query string. So that's good. And well, it's even going to be an integer. So we'll say ID string conv dot parse integer. It's going to give us the ID. And parse int takes a string, a base, let's say A2, I. Yeah, that's good. And we'll ignore the error for now. And use ID here. What's the problem? Yep, we need to use the 0th element. And db.get returns an error. And what's the problem here? Error declared but not used. Okay. good. We need to create a template called show, and inside of show we'll render an h1 with the title and a div with the code. So that's good. And while executing the template, we'll pass the screencast. So all good. Let's restart this and go to show slash slow show IT1, and there's an error here, and the error is on line number 44, which is this r.form IT. So let's see, let's look at the error. So I'm going to restart the server, check this again, and the error is still there. And screencast handler, panic serving, run the index out of a range. So it says there's no element in the form whose name is IT, but we are indeed passing an IT. So it should be, oh yeah, we need to parse the form first. So parse the form and then use it. Alright. And now it's rendering the embed code after encoding it. So that's not good. So escape. How to escape the HTML is what we want to know, right? So the template by default escapes the HTML, and let's just see golang HTML template unescaped HTML. So okay, it has to be HTML. It has to be template.html. Alright, that's good. So we're gonna change our struct to say the code is not a string but template.html. So once we do that, refresh this. There's nothing here. Unsupported driver uint8 template.html. So we made a mistake. And code, let's see. So for now I'm just gonna add a field called HTML code, which is going to be template.html. And before I render this, I'm gonna copy the HTML over the screencast.code, right? And template.html. So that's good. For now, this hack should work. there's the video, right? So it works. Alright, so we've made a lot of progress. We don't have a good looking application, but still we're able to add screencasts and show them. And the final thing we should do is make this a link, right? So let's make that one change before we end this. And we want this to be a link to /show $ID is .id, right? And once we do that, we also need to select ID and restart this guy, reload the home page, and there is no change here for some reason. So did we save this? Well, we didn't save it. So restart it again, and now this is a link, and it takes us to, whoa, it doesn't work. So select ID, where ID is ID. So I guess we need to say this is ID. Maybe. Alright, there's definitely something wrong here. We aren't able to view the ID. And yeah, that's because we didn't have the ID handler there and the ID in the select there. So once we do that, yeah, now it shows the right ID. Okay, so now we're able to show all the screencasts and view them too, right? So which is good progress for a first prototype. So we'll stop here, and we'll continue with our application in the next screencast. Thanks for watching.